Hello, fantasy football fanatics. Our fantasy football draft is about a week away, and I'm getting pretty excited. That's why I prepared a mock draft of the first round of our fantasy football league, just because I'm bored and it's going to be funny. And this mock draft is based on who I think you will pick, not who you should pick. Because Lord knows you guys don't pick who you should pick. Anyway, first pick in the draft is Neil, and I think like most drafts, the first pick in the draft, there isn't a whole lot of debate or suspense about it. Most people already know who it is, and our draft is no different. Neil's picking Andre Johnson, wide receiver from the Houston Texans. He's a good player. You really can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. Andre Johnson's a great player. I have the second pick via a trade from James, and that means I'm picking Adrian Peterson. The Vikings have Christian Podner at quarterback, probably the worst draft pick of all time, and they're going to find out real fast that he sucks at everything, and they're just going to have to give the ball to AP probably close to 150 times a game if they want to be within 16 points of losing every game. So yeah, the third pick in the draft is Allen, and Allen's kind of hard to pick for because he's a newbie to our fantasy football league, and part of me thinks that Allen doesn't even know when the fantasy draft is. He's never checked the fantasy draft website, and so that's why we, the people at the draft, are probably going to make his pick for him. And since we're not total assholes, we're going to give him the best kicker in the NFL, fantasy-wise, and in my opinion, I think that's Billy Cundiff, the kicker for the Ravens since Matt Stover retired. But Billy Cundiff was a Pro Bowler last year, and this year the Ravens have one of the weakest schedules in the NFL, and they have a pretty high-scoring offense. And I always think that's the best way to pick a kicker: weakest schedule with high-scoring offense. And I think you'll get some good numbers from your kicker. So there's one of my fantasy football secrets for you fags. But yeah, Allen's getting a kicker because he's never going to see this video. Next pick is James. Me and James traded, and in that draft announcement video, James said he was going to pick Drew Brees, so that's his pick. James is picking Drew Brees with the number 4 pick. Number 5 is Paul Wall. He's going to pick Arian Foster. Fell to his lap. Good job, kid. It's a good pick. Next pick is Ryan, and I don't know anything about this kid. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know if he knows anything about football. I don't know how smart he is. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say, if he's one of Paulie's friends, he probably knows a little something about football. So he's gonna take Chris Johnson just because. The next pick is Matty Ice. And Matt has kind of a tendency to pick really bad players. Not bad players, but players that were once really good, but are now either past their prime, not in the league anymore, retired, etc. And that's why the perfect pick for Matt, and probably who he's going to pick, is going to be Tiki Barber. Obviously, in March, Tiki Barber filed papers to come out of retirement and back in the NFL. Tiki Barber's going through a really rough divorce right now, and he needs a lot of money to pay that shit. And I heard he might go to the Bucks. Hey man, whatever floats your boat, Tiki. But you're also maybe going to the Bucks, but you're definitely going to Matt Lamb's fantasy team. The next pick is Marty, and I feel like every year Marty gets Maurice Jones-Drew, and this year will be no different. Marty's going to get Maurice Jones-Drew, and he's going to name his team Mojo's Dojo like he does all the time. Simple. Dom Roach has the next pick, and Dom Roach is another person who I don't know if he knows anything about fantasy football, but he's going to pick LaShawn McCoy. I feel like that's a good pick. Eric has the last pick, and Eric won the championship last year with Peyton Manning, so he'll probably pick Peyton Manning again. It's just the way Eric is. But yeah, that's the first round, and I feel like that's the way it'll be. If none of those guys get drafted, I feel like someone will draft Mike Vick. just because that's you guys. But I look forward to it, and I think it's going to be really funny to see how surprisingly accurate I am. See you guys at the draft.